The Ark of the Covenant. Was this a device used to power the Great Pyramid of Giza? If the Great Pyramid of Giza was not used as a tomb for the pharaohs of ancient Egypt, then what was the real purpose for these pyramids? After the project called Scan Pyramids, quote-unquote, analyzed the ancient structure with advanced equipment, researchers detected thermal anomalies inside the Great Pyramid of Giza, revealing shocking details about the pyramids of Giza. In fact, there are thermal anomalies inside the Great Pyramid, and it's an enigma since it was believed that the temperature inside the pyramid was always constant and equals the average temperature of the Earth, which is 20 degrees Celsius or 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Pyramids' effects are connected to gravity, which is pushing down from the sky, explained David Wilcock. And he says gravity is a river of energy flowing into Earth, and that energy can then be harnessed by building a funnel-like shape. And it causes gravity's fluid energy to swirl and create a vortex current, he said. So is it possible that the Great Pyramid of Giza was in fact a giant energy machine? It was built with ancient technology that today is lost. And what if the Great Pyramid of Giza is incomplete today? We know that it had an apex of some kind of a metal. It also had a covering of limestone, and all that has been taken off. So it's not functioning as it used to, obviously. Now, what if there are ancient components that are missing from the pyramid? A part of the top of the pyramid, is it possible that there are things from inside that are missing as well? While we still don't know for sure what the location on top of the Great Pyramid of Giza, what was located there, a renowned Spanish called Miguel Perez Sanchez believes he knows exactly what's missing from the top of the pyramid. Perez Sanchez proposed that a sphere was placed by the ancient Egyptians on the top of the pyramid, and that sphere symbolized the Eye of Horus. The sphere had a diameter of about 2,718 royal cubits, which is about 3 meters, that's about 9 feet, which is the accurate measure of the number E. The sphere located on the pyramid was placed as a worship to the sun and Sirius, the brightest star in the sky, which was associated with Isis. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box. So Perez Sanchez proposed that a sphere was placed by the ancient Egyptians atop of the pyramid, symbolizing the Eye of Horus, about 9 feet across. Perez Sanchez had the support of a multidisciplinary team in his investigation, and it allowed him to construct a computer replica of the Great Pyramid like never before. But what if, in addition to the sphere, there are other things missing from inside the pyramid? What if there was a mysterious connection between the Great Pyramid of Giza and, for example, the Ark of the Covenant? We know from the book of Exodus that after the Israelites were released from Egypt, God summoned Moses to the peak of the holy mountain, giving him 2 stone tablets that were carved with the 10 Commandments. At that moment, God provided Moses with exact instructions on how to build the Ark of the Covenant, one of the most enigmatic devices, quote-unquote, in the history of mankind. Not only did the Ark of the Covenant carry the 10 Commandments of God, but it was said to be the throne of God himself. Wherever the Ark of the Covenant went, God was present. According to the book of Exodus, the dimensions and characteristics of the Ark of the Covenant are 2.5 cubits in length, 1.5 in breadth, 1.5 in height, which approximately is 52 by 31 by 31 inches. The entire ark was plated with gold, and a crown of gold was put around it. 4 rings of gold were attached to its 4 feet, 2 on each side, and through these rings staves of shittim wood plated with gold were placed to carry the ark. These were never to be removed. A golden cover was placed above the ark, also called kaparet. Interestingly, there are numerous researchers that suggest if the construction details of the Ark are those which were recorded in the past, then the Ark would basically resemble an electrical capacitor with two electrodes separated by insulator drivers. The Ark, which was made out of acacia wood and covered with gold, is very similar to other artifacts that have been found in Egypt, and the Ark was placed in a dry room, quote unquote, where the natural magnetic field is usually 500 to 600 volts per vertical meter. According to several ancient alien theorists, this would have made it possible to charge it through the golden crown that surrounded it, suggesting that the Ark of the Covenant would have acted as a capacitor. Theories range as to what the Ark truly was, but some believe the Ark of the Covenant was in fact a generator of unknown, uncontrollable, and deadly force. It was an artifact that was forbidden to touch, and those who would carry and touch it had to have protective wear. Others would need to stay at a distance. These descriptions of the Ark basically tell us that it was something extremely powerful yet very dangerous for the health of man. Ancient astronaut theorists believe that the Ark of the Covenant was therefore a power generator or part of a more complex system of energy production, energy that could be used as a weapon in Jericho, for example, the wall of Jericho that fell under Joshua's command, as a means of telecommunications, dialogue between Moses and God. This is what ancient astronaut theorists believe. That's not what I believe, but anyway, I'm just reading this for you. And other miscellaneous uses. And theorists state that the proof of its power lies in reading the instructions for the assembly of the tabernacle, the tent of meeting, where the Ark was guarded, and the precise rules for accessing it inside in order to protect human lives. Ancient Egyptians possessed a device that resembled the Ark of the Covenant. While many people are unaware of this, in the representations of the Battle of Kadesh at Abu Simbel, we can see that the army of Ramesses II had a device which is extremely similar to the Ark of the Covenant, as we know it from the Bible, and it was held in a tented camp from where mysterious powers would be invoked. And here we have the diagrams of this. Now, while many people are unaware of this, the representations of the Battle of Kadesh were similar. Now, the device, which was housed in a tent similar to the one we've referenced in the Bible, has two vultures represented with wings, almost identical to the classical architecture of the Ark of the Covenant. Given the fact that the Great Pyramid of Giza was not used as a tomb, nor a storage room, as some have suggested, the question that haunts archaeologists and researchers is what the true purpose of the Great Pyramid of Giza was. It's still a mystery. The construction of the pyramid is a mystery and is something out of this world, but what about the position of the Great Pyramid? According to measurements, the Great Pyramid is the most accurately aligned structure in existence and faces true north with only 3/60th of a degree of error. The position of the North Pole moves over time, and the pyramid moves exactly aligned at one time. Even more incredibly, the Great Pyramid is located at the center of the landmass of Earth, the east-west parallel that crosses the most land, and the north-south meridian that crosses the most land intersect in two places on the Earth, one in the ocean and the other at the Great Pyramid of Giza. So as we can see, the Great Pyramid of Giza is an incredible ancient construction that was erected by an extremely advanced ancient civilization. This tells us that the Great Pyramid of Giza was in fact a very important construction, one that was planned and created meticulously in the distant past. The cornerstone foundations of the pyramid have ball and socket construction capable of dealing with heat expansion and earthquakes. Those are some pretty big words for ancient man thousands of years ago. Ancient astronaut theorists agree that it is very likely, given the indications we have about both the Ark of the Covenant and the Great Pyramid of Giza, that the Ark of the Covenant mentioned in the Bible could have acted as some sort of machine. A similar device used in the Battle of Kadesh could have been used together with the Great Pyramid of Egypt to form some sort of power plant, and maybe this as weird as it may sound to many, was the true purpose of the Great Pyramid of Giza to act as a giant power plant, which was able to harness incredible energy and act as an ancient amplifier, sending energy outwards towards the countless receivers put in place by ancient man. This is on Embedded Reality. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support.